This week on set, we're pleased to have Greg Mathis, who's the editor-in-chief for GateHouse Media, also known as Wicked Local. Welcome, Greg.
Thanks, Julie.
We're going to talk about town elections, local elections, because this is the time of year where every town has town meeting and every town has local elections. And it's kind of inconceivable to me why turnout at local elections is so low compared to state and national elections. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, well, the numbers certainly, bear that out. Using Plymouth as an example, and I think a lot of the towns mirror this. The last two town elections, 2015, 2014, 12% turnout in 2015, 11% turnout in 2014. So compare that to 2014 when we elected Charlie Baker governor, 55% of voters turned out for that. And then in the last presidential election, we had 76%.
Yeah.
So the numbers don't lie. I mean, it's a pretty big discrepancy. Part of it is the presidential election. You're going to get a turnout. It's kind of like the Super Bowl, not in terms of timing, but everyone's kind of focused on it.
Sure.
They may not know a lot about politics or about the candidates, but like the Super Bowl, if you don't know a lot about football, you're still watching it.
It's the big kahuna.
Yeah, so they still want to participate. So you're going to get people for that. So why don't people turn out for the local elections? I think it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. I think we don't see a lot of participation from candidates running for office in these local towns. It's a huge time commitment.
Right.
It may take some money if you're running against somebody. So. That tends to eliminate some people from doing that. So if you don't have the candidates, then you're not generating the interest in the local election. So
Right.
I think that's a big part of it.
Right. And I've noticed, I've been a Pembroke resident for almost 30 years, and I've noticed that the number of people running for a particular seat has gone down, and down, and down.
Yeah.
So there's, in a lot of cases, there's a ton of uncontested races.
Right.
And that probably causes people to not show up at the polls too.
Absolutely. If you're not voting on a Proposition 2.5 override or something important like that, if you just have one or two contested races and it's not a selectman or a school committee or one of those more high-profile races, people will tend to stay away because they figure no matter how they vote, it's not going to matter because these people are going to be elected.
Anyway, now do you think people don't understand what positions are? Like selectmen is a little bit more obvious because a lot of people watch selectmen's meetings. But the Board of Health, Planning Board, things, school committee, things that people maybe need to be more educated on what actually is entailed in running and being on one of those committees.
Right.
Speak to that.
Yeah. Well, just in terms of that, I mean, a lot of the important decisions start at those boards before they reach a selectman's office or before they reach a town meeting. I mean, and I think part of the reason why we don't have as many people running for Board of Health or in people appointed to some of the volunteer committees is you have to have a level of expertise. I mean, with Board of Health, I mean, you're looking at a certain skill set for people that need to be interested in that position. But those positions are very important because a lot of the local decisions start there.
Right. And so to help educate the public, I know we are partnering with GateHouse to create candidate forums, which we will be having for contested elections in the towns that we cover. To us, we wanted to do this because we believe that there is not enough education out there about the candidates or the positions they're running for. Yeah,
and we in our newspapers and on our Wicked Local websites, we do try to educate people as issues come up. Whether it's a sewer issue or pay-as-you-throw trash program, and those are the types of things that come up at town meetings and our boards are making decisions on. But you don't wrap it up into a nice bow and hit people over the head and say, this is excellent, you should be paying attention. So, getting out, I think partnering with PACTV on these forums is excellent. We've participated in forums before with the League of Women Voters. WATD has hosted some debates, and we usually have reporters and editors participate in that. But this is a chance to to bring out some of the issues, get the candidates out in front of people. I think in terms of candidates not having a lot of money to advertise and stuff, this type of thing will really help expose them.
Excellent.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
And information about our co-sponsored candidate forums will be on our website, PACTV.org. So thank you very much, Greg. That was interesting.
Thank you.
Let's get people educated and get them out to vote.
Absolutely.
Okay.